All right. We're back to the honey hole, but this is a special music edition because there were quite a few. We've got Olivia Newton-John Physical. You don't know that? All the rage. I want to say 80 or 81. Big deal all over MTV. Never saw this thing though, but there is a shit ton of videos on here. I didn't even know she did Landslide. Magic, that's from Xanadu. Then she had the album with Physical on it, which was huge. What else do I know on here? Make a Move on Me, maybe I know that. Might know Hopelessly Devoted. Huh. I think my knowledge of Olivia Newton-John is lacking, huh? And there's the familiar. This was a rental. That's so odd to me that you would go in there and rent this, but whatevs. Guess if you're a big Olivia Newton-John fan, you'd go for it. The Go-Go's. I know the Go-Go's a little bit better. Shouldn't I be over here or something? Hopefully this camera is back to its normal attitude, but we'll see. So again, bunch of videos on this one. I must have been making bank. But this was sort of the thing. I don't ever remember seeing this in a rental store. It was just people would buy this if they were fans. That's my recollection of it anyway. Our Lips Are Sealed. We Got the Beat. Vacation. Get Up and Go. I don't know. Head Over Heels. Turn to You. Yes or No. So this is basically the Go-Go's. That encapsulated almost everything. Because after Head Over Heels, they imploded. And this one doesn't have the rental markings on it. It's got the factory sticker. I don't think this is abuse. I think this is the glue they use. Because I wiped this down like I do all of these, and I don't remember seeing any dirt coming on the paper or whatever that wipe is. Clorox wipe. Now why is that upside down? Ding 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 ding. Who's next? Bananarama. You must know Bananarama, right? There they are. When they were 3. And there. Robert De Niro's Waiting. Definitely know that tune. For me, that's when they popped. Really Saying Something, whatever. Shy Boy's not great in my opinion. Cheers Then, I don't know. And Nana Nana Goodbye. I don't know if that's a cover or not, but you hear that all the time now when they're dissing somebody. So people start singing. Cruel Summer, of course, probably their most famous tune, because that still gets played every summer, and the DJ laughs and goes, hee. Rough Justice, I know. State I'm In, I don't know. Hotline to Heaven, I don't really know. And Wildlife, of course, from the movie Wildlife. I don't see any rental sticker on here. Look at that. Video EP. I think these are fun. What do you think? Phil Collins. Not the biggest Phil Collins fan. Like a few tunes. There he is. In the Air Tonight, probably his most famous tune. For solo work. Anybody disagrees with that? I Missed Again, don't know. What does that say? Something These Walls. I can't read that. I see THRU, Through These Walls. Okay, so listen, my brain isn't on this morning. Thank you. You Can't Hurry Love, that's that remake. Pretty jive, if you ask me. Not my thing. I think we talked about Against All Odds. He did that theme song. That's probably his best song. I know many would disagree. They would say In the Air Tonight, but you know what I mean? You're entitled. Uh-oh, getting a little fight. All right, I'll have to go back to that. Not spending 3 hours on that. Now, here's unfortunately a brown back. Who knows what happened to the original case? I can't even get that brown back in the frame. So it just says Stevie Nicks and I Can't Wait videos. 8872, that must be some kind of catalog system. The weird thing is, there is no sign at all this was a rental. But, looking on either side, there's nothing. But clearly, it's at least in a rental box. Maybe somebody cataloged it when they lost the box, but how do you lose the box? I don't know. That must have been a rental though. Now, the motels. I like the motels. Another brown back. $251. What was this one? 72, 88, 88. Don't know what that means. First thing I would think of is the mail. Oh, there's an interesting little piece of paper in there. National Video. So that would tell me this was a rental, but then how did they scan this thing in and check the inventory? The box? That doesn't seem like a good idea, does it? Motels. I haven't seen this yet. I'm interested. I don't even know what's on here. And there's no list for it, so I want to check that out. And maybe I will. That's probably the most interesting in the pile, just because you don't see stuff from them. Any of those bands that didn't go superstardom, I'm surprised they got a thing, but they had Only the Lonely and Suddenly last summer. And I think Shame on You was a hit too, but I can't remember. But you definitely know Tina Turner. Love the MTV branding. If that doesn't tickle your ass with a feather at the video store. And let's see, what's love got to do with it? Probably her most famous, yeah. Better Be Good to Me. Let's stay together. You think it's a oh, my voice. You think that's a remake? Maybe. And then Private Dancer. That's probably my favorite Tina Turner song, is Private Dancer. I wonder if I'd get any argument on that. And then there's the Tina Turner. Again, I don't see any signs of being a rental. Can't imagine that went out every week. Or I think back in those days you had it for a night. Laura Branigan. 10 great songs. Now, how do you argue with that? Let's see what we get. The lucky one I think I've heard. All Night with Me, nope. Satisfaction, no. I don't know what that says. Ti amo. Wish We Could Be Alone, don't know. Solitaire I've heard. How Am I Supposed to Live Without You with Michael Bolton. Certainly you've heard that version, at least. He wrote it, so. Self-Control, pretty famous for her. Probably her second most famous. Gloria, that's got to be her number one, right? Don't Show Your Love. Maybe that's supposed to say, you don't show your love. Whoops. Well, something popped out of there. Hope it wasn't Grim Death. More of this. See, this is the same company this time. And look, I think they use super cheap glue. What a shame. Probably didn't think these would be around this long, but I mean, I'm sure all of this stuff is on YouTube. Somebody just duped it and put it on there. I don't know. It's more fun to have the tape and look at it and blah, blah, blah. And then, anybody heard of this chick? Yep, there she is. And this is her first tour. Her first tour was in 85? Seems like it took her a while to get going, right? And that sure looks like the Like a Virgin outfit, so she must have waited to have 2 albums to do it. That'd be my guess. That's too dark for me to read. Maybe you guys can read it. If I put it over there, can you read it without that light shining on it? Give you enough time to read? That's for our speed readers. Nice little gatefold, though. And here... Somebody did a nicer job with this. How does it open? It's a topper. Well, come on, baby. Yeah, she don't want to come out. These divas. Come on. There we go. All right, nice little label. It's moving around. I don't know if that came from the factory like that or glue drift or whatever. Looks like there's a lot of stuff on there. And I really can't. Dress You Up, Holiday, Into the Groove, Everybody, Gambler, that's a deep cut. Lucky Star, Crazy for You, Over and Over, Like a Virgin, Material. So this is everything before True Blue, it looks like. This might be a good show. I don't know about that jacket, but something tells me she's going to take that jacket off pretty quick. I think I saw a picture from this the other day on Facebook. It was she was in Seattle backstage. I think they said that was the first stop on this tour. I don't know if that's still floating around Facebook. You could check that out. And the last one, and this one is pretty wild that this even existed, in my opinion. The Dream Academy. I don't even have a clear grasp or remembrance of them. I know sort of about they were around. And I certainly know that song, Life in a Northern Town, because of that chant, that, yeah, remember that? Yeah, I got the golden voice. So there's Life in a Normal Town. Now, once you watch that, and by the way, look at the runtime on this, 15 minutes. Come on. Try a little harder. This World, The Love Parade, Please, Please, Please Let Me Get What I Want. Come on, bro, don't beg. I don't know any of those, so I might watch that just to see what's up. This may be like a finding a pot of gold or something. I may love this stuff. I mean, I wouldn't bet a lot of money on it. This is another one, doesn't look like it was a rental, so good, good, good. Yeah, we still got quite a few more to go through. I finally got them all sort of processed and cleaned and cataloged. Now it's just showing them. So hopefully these videos will come fast and furious and then be archived on YouTube. And hopefully this camera cooperated this time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any interesting information, please write it down in the comments. I always answer every comment with at least a thumbs up or a whatever if you just make a general comment. Bye-bye.